When rigid orthopedic materials are applied directly to the body, the resulting friction scrapes relentlessly against unprotected skin. Over the course of weeks, this constant mechanical stress degrades tissue and creates severe complications. Orthoban absorbent cotton, manufactured by Cottoncraft Private Limited, is the designated buffer required to prevent this damage. It acts as a primary defensive layer between the patient and the hard cast. This typographic layout presents the three clinical pillars of Orthoban. Skin protection prevents friction. Moisture management uses highly absorbent cotton to pull sweat away from the limb, and conformability allows the material to wrap smoothly across body contours. The objective today is to execute a flawless application of this padding layer, ensuring the patient remains safe and comfortable throughout their orthopedic immobilization. Before starting, verify your physical prerequisites. You need a clean, entirely dry limb, a pair of bandage scissors, and the correct width of Orthoban cotton. Applying this cotton is a highly specific medical procedure. You are building a vital microenvironment that dictates the patient's comfort and healing trajectory for the duration of their treatment. Methodical. Step 1 at the clinical workstation is selecting the proper roll size. The width of the padding must be specifically matched to the patient's anatomy. Use 4-inch rolls for arms, select 5-inch rolls for lower legs, and 6-inch rolls for adult limbs. Begin the initial anchoring step distally, down near the fingers or toes. Make one complete circumferential wrap around the limb. Starting distally and moving proximally up the limb serves a precise physiological purpose. It pushes venous return toward the heart, preventing fluid from trapping and helping manage localized swelling under the eventual cast. Cautionary. The primary failure point at this stage is pulling the cotton roll tightly or stretching it against the limb. Instead, practice a tension-free application. Let the roll gently unspool itself directly onto the skin. This preserves the loft and cushion of the cotton fibers. By correctly matching the product size and applying a tensionless anchor, you establish the foundation necessary to prevent any circulatory restriction. Now that the anchor is secure, transition into a continuous wrapping motion, spiraling proximally up the limb. This continuous motion relies on one strict structural requirement, the 50% overlap technique. This displays the geometry. As the band spirals, each new pass must cover exactly half the previous layer. In cross-section, the math is clear. A strict 50% overlap guarantees exactly 2 uniform layers of material thickness across the surface area, preventing internal bunching. Because Orthoban is made of 100% cotton, it possesses excellent conformability. The material naturally stretches and hugs irregular body contours without kinking. This uniform contact directly against the skin enables the padding to effectively absorb sweat and manage moisture across the entire limb. Adhering strictly to the 50% overlap rule distinguishes a protective, uniform cushion from a hazardous, uneven surface that causes friction. Next, we must address the highest risk anatomical zones. These are the bony prominences, the malleoli, heels, wrists, and elbows. These areas have a unique mechanical risk profile. Because they protrude outward, they bear the brunt of the contact force from the rigid interior of the cast. This graphic shows how kinetic force acts on those joints. When confined inside a rigid outer shell, pressure converges and spikes specifically at the apex of the unpadded bone, leading directly to pressure source.
To mitigate this, apply localized padding. Fold a length of Orthoban back on itself several times to build a concentrated shock absorber. Place this folded section directly over the high friction point, adding an extra 2 to 3 distinct layers exactly over the apex of the bone. By deploying targeted protection over bony prominences, you upgrade a generic wrap into a customized, medically secure barrier. To finalize the application, sever the roll with your bandage scissors. Gently press the final edge down so the cotton fibers adhere smoothly to themselves. Physically inspect your work. Run your palms flat over the wrapped limb to detect hidden wrinkles, tight spots, or exposed skin. Once the patient is secured, turn your attention to material management. Unused Orthoban must be stored correctly to maintain its clinical properties. Keep the remaining rolls in a cool, dry place. Store completely away from direct sunlight and environmental moisture to preserve the cotton's softness and absorbency. Rigorous padding application and proper material preservation work together. Executing these steps ensures skin integrity, improves healing outcomes, and guarantees the patient's comfort.